Hey guys, we're live. Check this shit out. So, guys, what do you think? Can you fall in love abroad in just 30 days? Well, I did it on first sight. So, fell in love at first sight with Anna and I.
My, is it so cringy to watch at times? Yes, it's back. With a vengeance, the Ukrainian Bride Business. It is still there, just about on its life support. So, the title for today's Vodka Vodcast is inspired by a client who wrote me that soon they'll be selling their own wives on their websites. Such is.
Hey, yeah. Honey, did you know that?
No.
Did you know? How do I get rid of this? Here.
Yeah.
You're for sale. Did you know that?
No.
If I had $1 billion, I still wouldn't sell you, babe. Hey guys, we're going to do a commentary on this Conor Clyne video that just went on his channel, I guess 4 days ago. The link is below. So first, Conor says he cringes, and then we're going to get into he cringes about something else that we did, and then he very cowardly hides behind this comment about, I received a comment about the agency next to going to sell their own wives. Very cowardly hide behind his about that position, that comment. Yeah, when you say, oh yeah, I got a comment on my YouTube. Yeah, obviously you're saying that, Conor. So very distasteful for a former attorney. So Conor, I'm going to ask you to approach the bench. Yeah. And I've asked you before, that's the first thing, man. Have a live streaming debate with me. I can't believe you're afraid to debate me. Like, what's with that? Why? We have very differing opinions. You have your position, which is, I don't know, teach guys how to pick up beautiful women in the former Soviet Union. In bars, we teach serious men. I mean, we help serious men. Yes, there's some teaching about how to find their Slavic wife, for marriage, right? A woman for marriage. So we have very different positioning in the industry, and you have your point. I have my point. But the thing is, I back up what I say with real world facts. I almost always do that. It's the engineering side of me, because I think blah, blah, blah. People are tired of talking heads that don't substantiate their points. I don't find you substantiate your points. But anyway, let's debate, laddie. Okay, we're both Irish. Yeah, I'm half Irish. You're Irish. I don't know if you're half or less or more. Doesn't matter. So let's have a debate. Please don't coward out anymore. See, so you guys know, Conor and I belong to a men's group, okay, that meets on Viber, yeah. And there's about 90 guys in there, and everybody calls Conor the pimp. And he left. He left. He was there for a couple of months. They say some choice things about me as well, but I never put Conor down. They called him the pimp. Everybody was calling him the pimp. I never called him that. I never put him down. But I think you guys will learn with a debate between Conor and I, just our various viewpoints, and why. Let's continue with his video, and because there's some important points that we would like to speak about.
Is the desperation that they must be in to find suitable traditional women, with the big air quotes about Ukrainian women saying they're traditional. We'll get into that a little bit later. But of course, that's a facetious title. I haven't actually seen any of them hunt their own wives yet on their own websites, but maybe that's coming in a
Very funny,
point. But more seriously, there's actually been an uptick in consulting clients that I get have actually used the Ukrainian Bride Business in the last year or so. Surprise, surprise, they definitely do have some clients, because it's...
Yeah, and help me out here, babe.
What you do? Come back.
Yeah. So yeah, uptick. Yeah. Well, the bride business is not dead. It's actually thriving. Our business is up, as I've said in a previous video, it's up 50% financially, but our relationships are up, our marriages are up, our first date marriages are up. Guys that met the lady, his first date, and he ended up marrying her maybe a year later or so. Everything is up. And you guys, understandably so, are confused. Why is Ukrainian Bride Business not dead? I mean, it is intuitive to understand that it should have died, maybe. You know, one could think that. We certainly assumed that when the war broke out, and we fled like about 11 million other Ukrainian people with that. That was our first gut reaction, right? But in reality, it's not. And when you think about it, there's a logical explanation as to why it's not, right, babe?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I'll let you do some of the talking. Bye.
Because nobody was expecting war. Nobody was expecting how it will land, how it's unfold. But then when first stage, all this crazy emotions landed, people started to accept. We was in touch with our ladies, and we was asking them, where they are, if it's still actual for them to find love with us. Do they need us? And and they just basically we was continue to do introduction packages, and we saw that we didn't have any changes in how many, like, we didn't see that they become desperate from their reaction to their bachelors.
Can I just chime in? We track our rejection acceptance ratio on our intro packages, right? You choose 10 ladies from a website and then see which are interested in you mutually back. And that ratio didn't change, right?
Yeah.
It stayed within the same standard deviation, because that would be an indicator that women are desperate, right? And everybody's saying yes, right? That didn't occur.
We even have I don't know, looks like, I mean, we have some clients recently with 1 year from 10 ladies, and it's against asking why, you look at this is like real barometer, how realistic you are. If man goes too far away on the age gap, that's the result that he gets, so
yeah, if he's too far off on the age gap, like it's 15 years plus, he'll get maybe 1 or 0 that say yes.
Yeah, or different
Maybe
factors, just like top models when he's average,
Mhm.
guy
Yeah.
and with average lifestyle. So like there's many factors. But anyway, the thing that Ukrainian ladies, a lot of them, they those who move, out, they understand they need to start lives from scratch, on their own, in somewhere in Europe, and Europe helps a lot, with their covering basic needs, so they not really like desperate to. They give possibility to adjust, integrate into culture. They give this possibility, but but they understand, if they meet men now, that they like, and they have, possibility to do this together, in homes, man country. Like now, it's still like very easy because of situation in Ukraine here to get a visa for Ukrainian people anywhere in the world. So the dynamic in a relationship changed. So like we don't have like spike in all of a sudden marriages, or like the situation when woman before was coming by K1 visa and she has just 3 months to make up her mind, if she's married or what, it's big pressure. So now relationship just start to develop more in natural way, where they continue to date each other, living together, and understanding, if they want to make next stage, commitment. So yeah, they just become more open because they already don't have this stability anymore. They have to like build their life from scratch again. And even if they had work in Ukraine, many of them, many businesses dead, economy dead. So like they have to figure out new profession in Ukraine if they live in Ukraine.
Yeah, like when you think about it
Yeah.
intuitively, guys, they had everything before, right? I mean, Ukraine is a lovely country with lovely people, and they're not hurting. Many people, you guys think that they're financially like third world, but they're not really. Yes, they make a little money, but guess what? It costs like 1/3, maybe 1/5, up to 1/5 what it does in our world, in Canada, America. So believe me, it's a very good life they have, and they're very simplistic. They're not materialistic like we are in the West. So they have a good life. They have a job. They have family. They have friends. They have everything there. They have their work, their career, maybe. So now with the war, they had to leave it all behind, right? I mean, whether they're out or they're a refugee living in war conditions, right? They had to leave a lot of them, especially the ones that are out, right? They're in UK, they're in Canada, they're in America, wherever. They have to leave everything behind. So they have nothing. So of course, they're even more, it makes sense, open to find their man, as they call it, get married and have their family, start their family, right? It's logical. So when you think of it, and that is the truth. Okay, let's continue with Conor's video here. There we go. Help me out, hon.
Seems like a few guys are coming to me for consulting advice after it doesn't work out for them. And I can see, as I predicted, the death knell is coming for this whole industry. It's kind of like trickled down to just a few different matchmakers at this point. And in this video, we're going to react to the video. I played a little clip for you already. And we're going to...
Okay, so on this point, on this point, he keeps saying the Ukrainian Bride business is dead, but it's not. It's not. There's some company like Dream Connections. They did the tours, the socials. Of course, there's no socials, so the tours are dead. So they've closed their doors for a long time now, since the war began. There's AFA, right? There's no tours happening in Ukraine during the war, so they've gone to Mexico and they're doing other things, right? So that company continues on. The scam sites, well, they're thriving. The PPL scam sites, their business is up. Now, I don't consider that the same business, right? We're honest matchmakers. And there are other matchmakers, right? And they continue their little boutique operation, running it from abroad, right? So I would like to know any substantive evidence that he has that it's dead, right? I mean, we're certainly, like I say, up 50%. So anyway, let's get back to his.
In part, how they actually go out recruiting, because they are in a bit of a desperate scene, and I'm going to reveal in a little bit more depth than I have in the other reaction videos about this industry in the last year. I'm going to reveal a little bit more about the direction it's going in, which is kind of predictable, but I'll reveal that a little bit later on. So let's get into it. Oh, before we do that, look at the beautiful, beautiful sunshine. Not sure if you can see much of the square because of the way the sun is behind the theater, but I am in Chernovtsi.
Hey, there we go. He's in Chernovtsi. Yeah, so he's in Ukraine. No problem there. So I'm going to fast forward past his little promo video. I don't know how accurate I'm going to be able to be on this.
I mean, is he giving her a life lesson in business,
Okay.
Latest live stream, the family in Canada, this is actually over a month ago. You're going to see something super cringy, but let me know what you think.
I wanted to say hi to everyone. So, Katya is
Super cringy, like gross.
we're not really friends with her, but I just come sometimes and play with her downstairs. So, almost half of the time that we were in a huddle, I was always coming down and playing with her and Lena, the other girl. And one day, Dad told me that if I can sign up, because he saw me being with them, and so Dad told me that if I can sign her up on the match guarantee, he'll give me $50. So I had a big motivation.
So he's persuading his daughter to get into referrals for the money, it seems. Super cringe to see that on a live stream. I don't know. Write me down below in the comments what you think. I mean, is he giving her a life lesson in business, to recruit ladies of, I love that word, ladies, only with the marriage ages. They're all ladies all of a sudden, who, there you saw. She obviously is a young child. She's in it for the money, the rewards. She's super excited about the amount of money that Joe will have to give her, apparently. And now you have apparently a hot 25-year-old as part of the database for the Match Guarantee matchmaking. Is that legitimate? Is it not legitimate? Is it child labor? Down below, exploiting the young child to try and recruit in. Anyways.
Oh my goodness. Exploiting a young child. Yeah, I see. Arena's 11. My first job was a paper route, which I was doing by age 11. So exploiting a young child. I mean, first thing I want to say is shame on you, Mr. Clyne. Shame on you. Seriously. I mean, cringy? We will explain. Okay. So we're staying in a hotel in Winnipeg when we first arrived, and there's 80 families, Ukrainian families staying there. So they're all over the place. And Arena is talking to this one lady, and I said to her, you know, is she maybe interested in signing up? Did you talk to her? You know, is she in a relationship? Kind of these as the days go by, because we stayed there for some time. And so one time I said to her, listen, I thought, if you sign her up, you know, I will pay you a bonus, you know, like $50 if you sign her up. She's like, oh, wow, really? You see what this does as a father, it gets her outside her comfort zone. It gets her talking. It teaches her life skills, right? Teaches her to be upfront. Like in a couple of weeks, I'm taking her to a leadership conference. Her and I are going to a leadership conference at age 11. Of course, you want to, as a father, teach these skills as well. It's pretty cool, don't you think, that a 11-year-old can sign up a single Ukrainian lady living in Canada? Because again, Connor, he always says, why would a 25-year-old beautiful girl living in Canada need our help? Well, obviously she does need our help. I mean, she's open to our help, right? Honey, anything you want to say?
I mean, Arina, you know, just it's not just was, you know, accident girl, you know, she spent with her every day. She was playing cards with her for hours, you know. She really like, you know, fall in love with this lady, you know, and even got her contact information, was talking to her, you know. And I mean, when you know, she's decent lady, you know, you see her like she really wants, you know, family, kids, you know, she's very good with kids, you know. And this is type of the ladies, you know, that doesn't have hidden, who not knock in our door, you know, to help us to find foreigner, you know, that actually we invited. And we see she doesn't have any hidden agenda, you know, to join marriage agency, you know. It was not even in her mind. Yeah. But when Joe asked Arina, did she tell us about what we're doing, you know, and just invite her, you know, if she would be interested. Yes, I support, you know, and I'm very happy that Joe, you know, can give this knowledge and like encourage her, you know, to go out of her comfort zone. I was doing the same things, you know, from her childhood, you know, but in different ways, you know, but always, you know, and people who meeting her, you know, they always say, oh, like she's very mature, much mature than, you know, her age. And I believe this is always because the way we, you know, we was growing up her, you know, the way that she, you know, doing things, perceive, you know, not afraid, you know, going and doing. And it was not like she was, I don't know, she just was telling what we're doing if she would be interested. And then, you know, at the end of the day, lady who signed up with us, this is always personal relationship. This is always certain level of trust and understanding, you know, that she will not be hurt with us, you know. And this is her, you know, personal information, personal life, you know. She wants to understand whom we will be introduce her, you know. Like she was just asking normal questions, you know, that I was helping Arina to answer, because, you know, she's not very, but I like that she came up with this conversation with her, you know. And
yeah, Arena originally asked her, right? Without us probing her to ask.
And then Arina remember, she called me, Mama, can you send me photo of our couples? She just want to see our couples, you know, what kind of, you know, couples we make. So I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. So and then I just come and talk and help her. But I like that I believe children grew through this experience, you know, like not only children, adults also.
Everybody. I mean, as Zig Ziglar said, you know, You become successful by learning to become comfortable being uncomfortable. And this was uncomfortable to her to actually sign her up, like to sign her up. And she did sign up, by the way. It was a little bit uncomfortable. No, I shouldn't say so much to sign her up, but to go on YouTube talking about it, right? This has become a little bit uncomfortable for her, which is understandable, right? You know, the number one or the number two fear of death? Number one, or fear. Number one. Number two, fear. Number two fear is the fear of dying. Number one is the fear of public speaking. All right. So we're at a young age trying to get her to, you know, put herself out there, right? Which is what parents should do, right? Like I said, she's coming to the leadership conference with me in a couple of weeks. And I can say that at the end of the day, what is she doing? She's facilitating. Let's look at the intent, and then let's look at the consequence. So she's facilitating a lady to find her soulmate, to find her future husband in Canada, get married, and start her family. Because you know what's going on in the West here, as Conor will talk about in a second here, is, yeah, it is a hookup culture. And a large, I won't say all, but a large percentage of men are just want to bang the girls, especially young men like her age, 25, 28, 30, you know? Yeah, it's a real problem because of, as Conor talks about, the Western laws, family law is in favor of the woman, right? Divorce rape, etc. So, and woke culture and everything else. So it's still a situation where these young, high SMV ladies are struggling to find their man. Okay.
But can I just add for a second?
Yeah.
Conor presented like we're so desperate that we, you know, send out this Canadian woman. We have
I'm
1,000.
Past judging myself.
Can you please finish what I'm
saying?
Sorry.
I go ahead.
No, just here. I need you to
go ahead.
Me. We have 1,200, more than 1,200 ladies, you know, that looking. So we don't really need more brides. We want to, you know, find for all this bride that we already have, but we never, like, you know, we need actually more, you know,
grooms.
Yeah, because some of them struggling, you know, they've been with us a long time and never been introduced to no one. So this is not the case that, you know, but when we see a lady that we really like, you know, we know personally, why wouldn't we just present her this opportunity? And this will be her choice, you know, whatever. But I say it's more was about experience that Arina would go through, right? She's not doing this her first time, and like it's not a case how we and
this is her, by the way.
Join us.
This is Katya.
Yeah. Conor talks in a video that at that time she was thinking about this, but like maybe she didn't even join. She joined. This her. You can find her in our database.
Yeah, you can find her in our database. Okay, let's continue because we're not going to finish this, babe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What the fuck? I'll let you do that below in the comments. So let's go on to the second clip because, I mean, that's how they're doing the recruitment at the moment in part, which, yeah, is unorthodox, I would say. So let's play just later on when he gets to your Irish boy here in part.
Her name is Katya, that our daughter Irina signed up. Well, she hasn't technically signed up yet, but she said, yes, I want to sign up.
So not technically signed up yet. I guess this is the kind of scene that Match Guaranty will be proud of. We got lots of kids running around here in the background.
25-year-old, redhead, beautiful, slim, you know, the full package.
So my first question would be, why the hell would she be at a marriage agency if she's 25, slim and beautiful? None of the guys in Canada want her?
And why would she need to do that? She's super high SMV, right? Top of the top of the SMV.
Okay, Joe also read my mind. Let's see how he responds.
So why would she need our help? And it's just like Julia in London, UK, who signed up for us. You know, she's 26. Sorry, she's 26. Why would these ladies, you know, 25, 26, beautiful, basically 10s.
Let's not get too carried away. 10s, I would go more 6, but you know, when they move to the UK, I have a video about that, I'll link it up above the card down below in the description. You have the fact that geographically speaking, when women from Ukraine, when they move to the European Union or to the United Kingdom or to the US, their SMV, their sexual market value. On the local market, it goes up probably 2 points, but I'm not going to say it's going to go up 4. I've seen Yulia in his live streams, slightly above average, can we say, so 6.
Certainly in the West, they would be 10s.
And 8.
Why do they need help? So we've talked about this before on live stream, that guys like Conor Clyne, they just say, he's just such a naysayer. He says, these ladies do not need help. They he does streams about it, but it's just not true.
It's illogical. There's something wrong. If a girl who's moved from Ukraine to, I'm not sure if it's London, but she's living in the UK, she's, in my opinion, okay, he pulled up the numbers by calling her a 10, a 6, but she's probably an 8. Us guys just visually were more stimulated when we see a girl for the first time. In particular, it's not the only thing, obviously, we choose women on, but it is the first thing we are visually based more than women are, for example. And he used the 1 to 10 scale, so I would say an 8 when she moves to the UK. And the question is, what's wrong with her?
Okay, what's wrong with her? So again, like I was saying, I tend to support my thoughts, my beliefs with facts whenever possible. So here's a few facts, okay? Talk is cheap. These are ladies, and we're going to talk about them. These are ladies that signed up with us, right?
This is 6. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
This is 6 in Conor opinion. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Oh,
a 6. Yeah.
6.
Yeah. There's Yulia there. She's a streamer with us as well. And we're going to talk about these ladies, all that came to us fairly recently, and why they told Anna specifically, personally, why they signed up. But I have a little video clip. With Yulia talking about this very short, why she signed up to Matchmaking and what's her dating experience been like in UK. Yeah. So it's a very short clip, and we'll be right back.
Why young and beautiful Ukrainian women need help? It's about just save their time, save their stress level, and find the man who already knows their culture and have a real intentions.
Yeah, guys. So this is her ID number, and the full video of she describes blow by blow, moving from Ukraine, how some interesting information, and then moving to UK, and what happens when the UK blokes approach her for dating, and when she goes on dates, she tells you what happens and why she's not interested in these guys. Again, she's, oh no, here comes the word, Connor, traditional. She's traditional. What does traditional mean? It means traditional family values. It doesn't mean being with a Ukrainian man. That's tradition. That's what Connor says. It doesn't mean that. It just means the value system is congruent with hers. It's not the case with most UK blokes. I think it's even worse in the UK than it is in Canada or the States. But again, it's all perspective. They call on the chat, they call Connor a pimp for a reason, right? He coaches his clients to pick up hot Slavic women in the bars. Well, in the bars is a different category of women. Okay. Nothing illogical about this at all. What do you want to say, babe?
Yeah, I want to say that Conor, he's completely right. And he's talking from his perspective and from his experience. But the place that he's visiting and the way how he meet ladies, and where he meet them, it just create different reality for him, At the same time, we have different experience because we have ladies who's, have sometimes 2 jobs, come to us, busy life.
Honey, talk about this one first, Tanya. And tell the story of how she.
Tatiana, basically she flew to America to meet her brother, and then she had a ticket to go back to Ukraine on the day that war started. So of course it was canceled, and she stayed in America.
In
Then-
Florida,
yeah.
Pompano Beach, very high, wealthy area, right?
And then basically after living there for some time, she was not actively looking, but being approached, and that's
Being the solid 6 that she is. What do you guys think? 6? Anyway, yeah, she gets approached. She got hit on all the time, but by guys that, of course, they want to get into her pants. That's all.
And
Anyway.
she's very, I would say.
Oh no, here's the word. Traditional.
Yeah, traditional. We don't talk about cultures. We talk about values, value system. It's when, like, she wants to meet men, and she's very, conservative on level progression in physical, physical level. And so it's not well perceived in the West, like men have different. I think they even think that if they show this level of animal attraction, it's cool, and by woman it perceived nice,
like really coming on to her physically. It's
and
not
so
attractive to them.
It's nice for Western women. I don't know why they act like this, but this is not well perceived by Ukrainian women, because they want first to understand who are you, wants to understand if she wants to be in a relationship with you, wants to understand if you have connection on like heart level,
and they want to understand that you're serious. You want you're marriage oriented, right? You're dating for the purpose of meeting the one, getting married, and hopefully at her age, having a family. And that's not what she was getting. Just getting guys that want to jump into the sack, right? And she was in America how long, babe? So far, close to a year now.
No, since war started.
Yeah. Oh, since war started. So you have almost 2 years, and she came to us for help just because she's not meeting the right type of guy, a traditional man that wants traditional family roles, right? Right? He wants to be. Let's talk about that. He wants to be the breadwinner. He wants to be the provider. Let's talk about going Dutch. Now that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you see, there is why all those ladies who lives in America, they already there and they looks like don't need help. They face 3 problems. So first problem is that they actually not being approached, and they're not initiator in relationship. They don't run after men and and tell him, would you like to take my telephone number because I like you? They don't behave like this. This is not a case.
Never.
At all. So and if they're being approached, this is most likely by guys who don't have serious intention. Mostly, this hookup culture, guys who is more confident in themselves, but they don't have serious intention. So they're not happy with those who approach them, but with serious guys, they're not being approached and they're not active. So this is first problem. Second, this is if they somehow meet men that they like, and he kind of have serious intention, they go on a date, and then this thing started with going Dutch, 50% bill, and again, she might already understand this is normal there culturally, and maybe she even give it a try, to be in this relationship. But what Ukrainian women even have hard time to understand about themselves, it's create this cognitive dissonance or like mistake in their like mindset, and everything that you experienced before. When men pay the bills in the restaurant, it's not just bill in the restaurant. He show that he cares about her, that he likes her. That's the way she feel loved. Every time when man goes 50-50, it just creates this like, oh, he's just my friend, he don't like me, and so I don't want to pursue
instant men. Friend zone. Friend zone.
He don't like me, so I'm not going after him. Why would I chase man? So, and if she's like very, very high level consciousness about what's going on, she might talk to him, that listen, if you want to have 50-50, those relationship, we can try, but I don't know how it will work in long-term, perspective. But what happened normally, they just lose attraction to men. That's what happened. But if she don't understand this about herself, she even cannot come up with this conversation. She just like, oh, he just don't like me, he's my friend, so like, okay, no purpose to continue. So even there is no chance to start this relationship. That's what's going on. And then third thing that they face in third problem, it's that it's hookup culture. A lot of those things, if they go online, okay, and online is much easier maybe to even express interest. Most of the guys most of the apps that created, they not created for finding partner, who wants to create a family. That's the things.
Yeah, can I chime in?
Mhm.
Connor talks about Tinder and who you'll meet on Tinder and stuff like this. So yeah, Yulia, she talks about this. Yulia, she talks about in the full video that you can see in the description below. It's about 18 minutes long, describing her whole experience dating British blokes, right? And comparing to they're just not what she wants. She talks about Tinder, and that's how she met a few guys. And Anne
And
has been
her experience.
and Anne has been on a similar app, Ukraine Dating, and most of these guys send dick pics. Does that sound like it's total hookup culture, right? Hookup culture.
Mhm.
I mean, not all guys, but it's just low quality men and not serious men on Tinder and these cheap or free apps. Women's inbox fills up with hundreds of messages and propositions to these girls. Like what happened to Anna? She was in and out in 4 days and got dick pics and stuff like that. That's not what traditional, and somebody's commenting that the word shouldn't be traditional. It should be, no, it's traditional values. Traditional values women. I could say traditional values women if you think that's more descriptive, more accurately descriptive, but they're traditional values women.
So let me just tell Julia compared her experience in Tinder in Ukraine, using it in Ukraine, and in UK. So when she actually met her ex-boyfriend in Ukraine in Tinder, but because she's within one culture which is highly traditional, she was able to meet men who is understanding her culture and have the same intent about relationship. But when she was using it abroad, it just don't work, because she meet different type of men who wants different things and different commitment and vision for relationship. I want to be exclusive. What do you mean exclusive?
Yeah. What does that mean? We're dating. That automatically to Ukrainian woman means exclusive. You're dating somebody else. You try telling Ukrainian woman you're dating somebody else at the same time. Bye bye, paka paka, like that. I mean, a serious woman. If you met her in the bar, she'll be okay with that because she's not serious herself. Honey, should we continue?
No, let's talk about this thing. Okay, no, we continue. Connor, talk about this. I want to.
You can't meet any English guys? I mean, apparently she wants a Western guy if she's in his database. So what's wrong with all the British guys?
Young girls, beautiful young girls, need our help is because the world has become a hookup culture. People don't want to get married. Guys don't want to get married anymore.
So his explanation is hookup culture. It's global, and no one wants to get married. Now, definitely, in the West, statistically, people are less inclined to get married than they were, say, a generation ago. And there's more tolerance of promiscuity than there was, I would guess.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. He goes on and on. We didn't say, Connor, that she wants to meet specifically a Western woman, honey.
Woman.
Man.
Man.
That's another channel.
Yeah, she just wants to meet a man for a relationship. Now she lives in UK, so she's looking at the local opportunities, where she lives right now. If she would be in Ukraine, she would probably, continue looking there, But she's replaced now, and time goes. And in Ukraine, this is like perception of 25. If you don't have family, children, something wrong. You tick, 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 tick.
Especially 25 to 30. And when you hit 30, you're an old babushka. Why you're not married and have children. But seriously, our ladies, for example, they're not signing up with us because they want to meet a Western man. They just want to meet a quality man, a traditional values man, a man that understands them, a man that has the same value system, right? That wants family, children, wants to be the breadwinner, the protector. Traditional. That's traditional, right? I have to check my vocabulary. I mean, in the dictionary, maybe I've got it wrong. But that's traditional, and that's what she's looking for, and that's why our ladies come to us.
Well, definitely way more than 2 generations ago. But does that mean that everybody in the West is smashing each other left, right, and center? No one is getting married, no one's having a relationship, everything is, one night stand-ish. Obviously, that's not true.
Didn't say everybody's one night stand, but Tinder is notoriously known as the hookup app. I didn't create this. I tried Tinder one time for, I think, 5 days in Poland, and that's the extent of my Tinder experience, but it's known as the hookup app. So,
and then in Ukraine, I would say overall, in terms of promiscuity, quite a few Ukrainian girls are quite prude, I would say. But I mean, is no one getting married in the UK? Of course, that's ridiculous. And in particular, British.
Did we say no one is getting married in the UK? Again, Connor, I don't know, man. You're trying to stuff words in our mouth. Combined with the whole flavor of the start of your stream that we're, selling our wives now. I mean, I don't know, man.
One second. Of course, there is marriages and everything, but what happened to our ladies, Ukrainian, they cannot even jump into a relationship because Western women, they want to have this Dutch, doing Dutch
they want to pay their own way. They want to pay in the West.
They want, and so Western men, it's like they match. It's easier for them to
honey,
meet.
It's not in the West. The Western women have trained us men that they want to pay their own way. They don't want to have to lean on us. They taught us that over the last few generation or two.
I understand, but
that's
conflicting with the Ukrainian mentality because they experience that man wants, because he likes women, he wants to take care about her. But I see here's a lot of some foreigners, they just see this, oh, she's gold digger, because she wants me to pay her bills. No, this is just not the case, It's just different culture. It is a traditional culture where man breadwinner, we call it. And the thing that Ukrainian men or traditional men, they feel broke if they cannot show their care to a woman, like buying for her food in a restaurant or I don't know, taking care of her in all possible ways. If he likes women, they know how to how to say, make women to fall in love with him, because this is very natural. They hunters, and this is part of how they hunt after women and conquer her heart, and this is part of their, of what's going on there, and just Ukrainian women cannot even jump in, start relationship, because this is just something that not landing on her. Why she needs to pay now this? This means he don't like me. As I explained.
Honey, let's take a break again and look at another one of the ladies.
This recently. Can I just talk now?
Yeah.
Maria. It's a friend of my university colleague. It's my university student, her sister. Her sibling. She recently signed up with us. She lives in Germany. She's a making architect. And I saved her, her request, because I want to read it here. I like strong, purposeful men who you can rely on and with whom woman feels calm and protected. A sense of humor, lifestyle, and similar values are also important. And I'm looking for a man to create a happy and noisy family with cheerful children.
A happy and noisy family?
Yeah,
I like
with children.
I love it.
She doesn't have children. This is her bell rings.
The silence is deafening when you don't have children. Trust me. I learned that firsthand.
She wants, this is her, main life goals now. Look, she's 34, and I don't know if she was ever married before, but she doesn't have children. She wants to create family. And the thing that, again, she meet men, what's she write, or who I can rely on, with whom I can feel calm and protected. She is her architect. She makes money online, doing her, things. But if she if she wants a family, she wants to be a mother, she understands she needs men who will take care about her financially so she can focus on being a mother, and Ukrainian women, they're great mothers, they really, if they go there, in this chapter of their life, they want to stay there and give as much as possible love, attention, healthy food, healthy lifestyle, a lot of education for children. And so at this time, if she will be freaking out about how like she need to financially contribute in the family, like it's in the Eastern, culture, like she need to pay half a bills or half a I don't know, whatever, for mortgage, she understands she will be stressed about these things, so she cannot really be enjoying being a mother. And this is her number one. Most of Ukrainian ladies who wants to have a family, this is their number one goal, to have family, to have healthy children, to have. So it's naturally in her desire to meet this man who can take care about shit, together,
Take care of shit,
and just so she can relax and be and put her efforts and energy not from stress of how to cover her basic needs, but put her all intention into create mood in the family, take care about children, enjoying being a mother for some time until she get back and will continue her career, because it's not like they leave for life, children, when children comes, their life off, no, finish, they all want to, they're very highly educated ladies, intelligent ladies, Ukrainian, all have
Okay, let's get back to our wise solicitor here, Bear Stearns solicitor from UK.
Be very careful about who they choose for marriage because of British family law. It's the same in a lot of the West. If you are the socioeconomic higher partner, normally the man, and you get divorced, you're in grave danger of being absolutely fleeced. So, buyer beware, basically.
Why did you not?
Listen, yes, guys, I understand that Western women have raked you over the coals. They have divorce raped you, right? They've taken you for half or more, 75% in some cases, right? I get all of that. I get that you've got this damage, fear that's overriding in your psyche. And that's one of the motivations for sending you to Ukraine. And Conor's always like, don't take her back. Don't bring her back to the West. If you're going to get Slavic woman, stay, move to Europe with her. You can't trust her. Don't bring her into the poorly domiciled, with negative family law, not stacked in your favor. And my reaction to that is, listen, we attract our fears. Be careful what you're afraid of, because you more likely than not going to attract it. That's just the wrong motivation. Look to avoid that. What I say is, instead, make sure you choose wisely. Make sure you choose. And no, Anna doesn't have any sisters. And sorry, Conor, but she's not for sale. Not even for $1 billion. Okay. Make sure you choose wisely. That is the moral of the story here. Okay. Choose your wife very wisely. Okay. And you won't have these problems. You won't have unfair financial situation, living. I'm in Canada now. Conor said, he always said, yeah, Joey, he talks this way, but notice he's not in Canada. He didn't immigrate his family to Canada. Well, here we are, Conor. What are you going to say? Again, Conor, be a man. Accept my invitation to have a live debate. Why not? What are you afraid of? Okay. Doing these reaction videos is bullshit. Just talk to me. Okay. We can educate people, together. I'm sure you're an intelligent guy. When we actually speak live, I'm sure a lot of fruit will come out of it. So accept my challenge. Or
we have
lady, Christina, she's been on before. What does she have to, in the country, women express femininity in a more subtle way.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Christina live? Yeah.
Mm.
They may be very plain, be also quite beautiful. Do you know what she means?
No, they was talking.
Huh?
This was conversation. It's just out of context.
Okay.
What I want to say.
Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah,
what I want
we
to
get
say
it.
on
We
this
get it,
point.
one. Yeah, absolutely.
On this point,
Everybody knows these points about how we are, our situation in the West.
about
We get it.
screwing, about screwing men or screwing women.
We got to change channels, honey.
Joe,
We're going to talk about that. You want to talk about screwing?
No, you say when women divorce
Okay.
investors.
See us over at
men.
XXXHot.com.
I don't know. No, okay, I say wrong. Okay, no, I say when women take advantage of men in Western women when she divorced men. Yeah, it happened, but it's not happened to every Western man, right? I mean, it happened a lot, but it probably don't have to every man. I know at least one for whom it didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, and in this regard, I just want to say, and it's also in Ukraine, most of women, they been screwed by men. You say not right? Screwed by men?
No.
When they been divorced?
Yeah.
They
That's
don't
correct.
have support.
That's correct. I'm just funning with you.
Okay. So, but it not happened to every woman. There is some woman who, who goes in, it's just in a good relationship, they split, they do take care about children, they they find solution, healthy way of continue to live life with the minimum damages after divorce. But what I want to say that yes, this the most important here to understand, and this can be any person, it can be Western woman, can be Slavic woman, to understand her values, her set of her values, if this is acceptable for her to to hurt you, in the case of the divorce, what's her life system, and that's what when the Joe say choose your wife wisely, that's what he meant mostly. If you choose woman, I don't know, if you go for a big age gap and you find, I don't know, gold digger, most likely it's something that can happen to you, because you walk in like on a very tricky, you choose very tricky road, where you don't know what's really intention of this woman near you, but if you feel like truly loved, why would he's really into you, like when you love person, you don't want to, and you have great experience together, and if some point your ways, your road come to the end, last thing you want to do, to hurt more.
Okay, guys, we are going to have to go. You know why? Fairly soon here, because we have to interview this couple. So they just got married. Yeah, last month now. Yeah, September 15th, Corey and Amelia got married, and they honeymoon. He's from Louisiana. They're living in Corey's home in Louisiana. They went to Miami. I actually texted Corey, and I didn't know he's on his honeymoon, which happens a lot. Like our couples we can't keep in touch with everybody. We should do a better job of that, but we're doing the best we can. That's an area of improvement for future. But typically our clients will get married, and then we might find out later when we follow up with them. But that's another full-time job, which is Jana's now. She's client care manager. Her job is call and keep in touch with past clients. So yeah, we're interviewing them, not live though. It'll be pre-recorded and we'll edit it. They were too shy to go live. And also Corey was interviewed. I mean, he spoke to National Geographic already. They've expressed an interest to interview them for National Geographic's their documentary on Love Online. But I'm not sure it's going to happen. Amelia hasn't approved it yet. Again, being a Ukrainian woman, very shy, very superstitious about giving up, about talking about your happiness. So I don't think we're going to make it to the end of Conor Clyne's thing. But I thought there's one. I haven't watched it to the end yet. So yeah. Here's
In the end,
one, you watch it to the very end. At the end, he says, the moral of the story is don't give them your money. Give it to me instead. How laughable. I haven't watched it to the end, but that sounds like Conor Clyne. I mean, and we just went live with Billy. Billy is continuing his journey after having a really tough go of it. Can you help me, honey? Where's the picture? So why do I bring that up? Because, yeah, poor Billy. You know, being scammed out of $43,000 before BMG, before Match Guarantee, and now having his heart broken by a Match Guarantee lady after, yeah, he continues his journey. And the point is, we talked about money a lot because actually that is the trickiest point. The second trickiest. The first is age gap. Okay. Unrealistic expectations on age gap is the number one reason for failure at Match Guarantee and universally in this business. And number two, it's the Western man doesn't understand the needs for safety and security of a Slavic woman. He doesn't, and it's such a tricky topic. It's really tricky, slippery slope. And so we talked about it. That was a good live stream. If you guys haven't watched that, it's on the channel. We were just live earlier today with Billy. And he's having his Zoom first date with his next lady tomorrow, and that will be going live. And you guys will be able to see that this week. It should be coming online. Bottom line for a healthy relationship is to respect. Yeah, absolutely. Being honest to each other. You know, I was in a restaurant at the same time that a couple was having their 50th wedding anniversary. And I asked them, you know, what would you say is the number one, you know, secret to your marital success of 50 years? And the wife said, not taking each other for granted. Very wise words. Yeah, accept and tolerate. Absolutely. All right, let's get into a little bit more. I can stomach maybe a little bit more of Conor.
Simply because I want to meet traditional men in Western culture.
So they want to meet a traditional man. This word traditional again. First of all, Ukrainian women are not traditional themselves, because if they were traditional, they would go and they would marry a Ukrainian guy. Right? That would be tradition, to marry someone from your own culture and not come to the West. Why would you go looking in the West for a traditional guy?
Very simple, Conor. Not enough men. You're in Ukraine, you know this, right? There's a big disparity between men and women. And then when you add on top marriage material men, there's a massive disparity. You know that. It is the land of milk and honey for any man. And Ukrainian men are spoiled. And there's just not enough good ones to go around. Once a lady is, say, age 30, I think before the age of 30, their SMV is still so high. They're still so sought after. But there's a lot of ladies that just don't get married or are divorced because maybe they got a bad apple. Maybe he's got a drinking problem. Maybe he's not a good provider. I mean, although that's generally not a reason a Ukrainian woman will leave her husband, is because he's not a good provider. If he's a deadbeat, yeah. I mean, they do like this in Ukraine. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, any comments, honey?
I mean,
we already covered
I
it.
said, when I say traditional, they look for traditional men. I mean, not culturally, you know. You don't look in a foreigner man that he knows Ukrainian tradition. I mean, traditional set of values in a family. And I see a lot of our clients, they have the same set of values. They was growing up in America, Canada, but the way they was growing up, it was, you know, the same like it is in Ukraine still, you know, and they want to create this type of relationship, you know.
Absolutely. My mom was like a Ukrainian woman. My brother married a Ukrainian woman when I was 3. Right. So I've got that in the family. I grew up with traditional family roles as examples for my parents. Yeah, so of course I want that myself. And that's the way our clients are for the most part.
And that's very interesting comment that Ukrainian women are not traditional and who they are. Like I see the big difference about like what you mean traditional, what they don't wear like traditional costume. Again, I don't talk about like Ukrainian culture. I talk about their value system, and I don't know, everything that I experienced so far, living in Mexico, living in Canada, I see that Ukrainian mothers maybe too much, even like, okay, even it's about me sometimes, yeah. I'm fighting with Joe and he give children this Coca-Cola or something. For me, traditional, it's one woman doctor, one woman's take care about health of her, people, of her family, family. It doesn't mean a lot of ladies, they love to cook, but even she doesn't love to cook, she will still do this because she wants you to eat healthy food. And for me, this is what I call traditional. She invests her time and energy to make everybody, happy in the family, and healthy. And I don't know, she's into children. She enjoy being a mother. She enjoyed being a woman. Let's start from there. She don't deny her nature.
Feminine.
She embraces nature. She understands what's her strong sides. How she can just, I don't know, using her energy, encourage her man to open his wings and fly. She don't need to compete with him. To
Instead,
like
she supports, encourages.
Who is better?
Amazing.
Who's better? Provider, or like, she's not competing. She actually, the way she see relationship, that you together, you even bigger power. You're more powerful because this is two people. This is synergy of man's and woman's energy. Where it's working together create something third, and this third something very powerful. You're manifestors. You create your life. You empower each other. You become every day better version of yourself. That's what relationship is for. It's not for you must cook and you must clean, and if you don't do this, I don't love you, I don't need you.
Yeah, and just to be clear, I'm not saying all Ukrainian women love to cook, clean the whole house all the time, barefoot and pregnant, like this level of tradition, like it was, back couple hundred years ago. No, we understand, there's more feminism coming into Ukraine a little bit by bit, the infection has landed, and it is moving across, but it tends to be younger generation, so maybe up to age 25, right? But still, I think this is the way, as an engineer, I can put it this way. Imagine there's a bell curve, of traditionality as we've defined it, okay? And we look at Canada, America's bell curve, and bell curve has a medium in the middle, right? A median. So the median age, the median traditionality number will call from 0 to 10. 0, not traditional at all, like a millennial today, and 10, like a Duke of War, completely traditional. So in Canada, America now, I would put women, you guys can tell me how traditional would you put American women? The average American woman, say 30 to 40. Let's look at that age group. Keep it apples to apples. I'm going to give American women a 1 or a 2. What would you guys give? Okay. Then let's compare Ukrainian women. Again, they're not all super traditional, but I'm talking, I would give them between, I'm going to say, everybody's different, but I'm going to say either 6 or 7 or 7 to 8. That's what I'm wrestling with. Would I get 6 or 7, 7 to 8? So 6 to 8, let's say, for a 30 to 40-year-old traditional woman. So you see, you're looking at a 3x, 4x of traditional features or traditional values between Ukraine and the West or America. Does that make it clear? Because I know this question, how are Ukrainian women traditional, and what do you mean by that, and how traditional are they? It's one of the most misunderstood things out there, and Conor's not making it any better, because remember, he helps guys pick up models in the bar. Those are not traditional women, okay? Those are Instagram girls, right? that's very low. So in his experience, like Anna said, Conor's right. In his sphere of life, in his bubble of life that he lives in, it's not true for most women, right? Ukrainian women. Yeah.
But can I just add?
Yeah, go ahead.
You call this
Yeah.
virus, this
Feminism,
virus.
yeah.
I wouldn't call it. I mean, it's become virus when it's too much. Go this way. Yes, Ukrainian culture. In Ukraine, women, they're highly educated. They wants to develop themselves. Most of them, they want to work. They want to bring some value to the world, to other people, and so I don't see nothing wrong with it. As long as she knows that her responsibility to take care about home, how she will organize this. This the other question. To find compromise. To as long as you as a couple can agree on things that will work for both of you. But I know that this is her priority, to set home in a way that everybody feel comfortable, especially her loved man, like her children. But what I want to say here, that that there is different type of women, and some of them, yes, there is still very traditional Ukrainian women who wants just to be at home, who wants to cook for men and just don't want to work. And we have this request from men: I want women like that. I want 100% financially to take care about her. I don't want her to work. Do you have this woman? We have, but I can tell it's not. It's minority of those who don't want any personal realization. So but yet we have from men request, I want her to have her passion and love, something that she loves, her job, but yet she's family oriented. She will not put her career in priority, against having family. So, and this is most of our ladies, so traditionalism, it's again very relative, and I found it like in the Middle East, this is more traditional world still there, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, I don't know, those countries. In Ukraine, I would say this is nice balance between when woman still bring her femininity, her her woman's energy in the family, but yet she wants to bring something more outside of her family, bring something to be useful to the world, realize her passion, her talents, and this is nice. This is everything about balance, and feminism, maybe at the beginning when it just was appealing, more something that women just want to opens up to the world, because world was very manly, at the beginning maybe it was even good intention, but then when it goes too much, when it goes to compete with the men, that's where it's when it's become sad and how to Joseph say, virus. So at the end of the day, everything about balance and everything about knowing what you want, what type of woman, what type of relationship you want, and looking for that, for those things.
Yeah, I don't know much about Conor's intent. I don't know. He has clients that pay him to pick up hot models from the bars. That's about all I know. And so anyway, let's continue. Thanks for that, babe. Let's continue. We're gonna have to go pretty soon here, guys, because we've got a married couple to interview.
It's obviously going to be a lot harder there than it's going to be in Ukraine or many other parts of the world. Like, no one is moving to the West to find traditional men in particular, right? That's not where you go looking. So they're obviously motivated to be in England or other parts of the UK or in North America or in Germany for other reasons. Now, what does the West have that, say, Ukraine doesn't have? And that's higher socioeconomic development. And obviously there's a war, so a lot of people move because of that. So it's obviously a lot safer. But no one goes to the UK and thinks, that's where I need to go to find a traditional man, right? So it's a little bit odd.
Sorry, what's odd? I missed it. What's odd?
That Ukrainian women trying to find traditional men in the West and in the West and
no, they're going to UK to dodge a bullet and a missile. I mean, what a idiotic
explanation. They're looking for a traditional man, and as I said, Ukrainian women are not traditional in the first place. Traditional women usually marry someone within their tradition, and there are lots of other parts of Eastern Europe, or we'll say further east at least, where women are more traditional. I always give the example of Armenia. But in Armenia, there's very little of this hookup culture promiscuity.
Right, talks about
There's very little, right? They're divorced, and they don't normally see, especially during the courting period, that they should contribute financially. Men, as I always say in my videos, you need to be that real man, nastoyashi mujik, and you need who exploit the family law when they get to the West. You're being a tad naive. She will go to the beauty salon, probably a very nice one where there are other Ukrainian women, maybe even Ukrainian manicurists who will do her nails very nicely, and there will be other women probably from Ukraine, maybe from Russia, maybe from Kazakhstan or Belarus or Moldova, and they will cackle together, right? Tack, 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 and one of them will probably have figured out divorce law in the UK, in California, in New York, wherever it happens to be, Canada, and she will tell them, though, did you know that here it's not like back home where basically women cannot abuse men in divorce. They probably get abused themselves because divorce law in Ukraine, whilst there is a split of marital assets, there is very low child support and alimony is not a thing. And divorce is still over 50%. So don't be naive that you won't figure out.
Okay, guys, again, Conor feeding our fears of what happens in the West. Again, I come back to the same point. You have to become good at choosing wisely, hone those skills to understand what makes the woman you're dating and going to marry tick, what she's all about. That does take time. Don't get married quickly, minimum 1 year to court, right? Again, just feeding the fears. Listen, before I let you go, in this video, I'm just going to finish with this, honey. It's kind of like the final bang. In this video that Conor Clyne did, somebody commented saying Match Guaranty has a 2% marriage success rate or success rate. I commented back saying, what are you talking about? We're the only one in the industry with a lifetime guarantee. It's not a guarantee of marriage, which that person said it was. Of course not. That would be insane. It's just a guarantee that we will work with the client as long as it takes until he gets married. Unlimited dating, unlimited coaching, private matchmaker until he gets married. That's our guarantee. It's all over our website. It's all over videos, all over our 2,000 videos online. And second of all, Tatiana, my partner, our matchmaker of 21 years, actually took a lie detector test and was asked what's her pre-match guarantee, used to be called Olga Dating. What was her marriage success rate? And guess what? I made her do that. I asked her to do that because I need to know, getting in business with her, right? What is the truth? And I figured this is one way of getting at the truth. I know it's not admissible in courts, but this was a court-approved in Ukraine polygraph examiner. So that was serious stuff. She passed with flying colors. That's second point. What was my third point? My third point, I said, listen, talk is cheap, right? Talk is cheap. Listen, truth hangs out in the light. Truth's under that. Darkness hides. Lies hide in the dark is what I mean to say. So put up or shut up. Here it is. Please, anyone, come to me. I'll give you $5,000 cash if you can prove to me that any agency, website, you name it, has a higher marriage success rate than us. And here's what I mean. Both of us have to be subjected to a complete audit of all clients, okay? Contact all clients, confirm marriages. I mean bona fide audited marriage success rate. Anyone, I'll give you $5,000. There you go. Okay. And Conor Clyne deleted my comment. Why would you do that, Conor? You're looking at one of the only, honest marriage agencies with the best reputation, best marriage success rate in the world. Why would you do that? Are you upset at me, Conor? I'm just saying. Yeah, there was a prenup comment too. I responded to prenup comment. Conor also deleted that. Guys, if you want to know Ukrainian women's position on prenups, Anna and I did a walkabout video in Kiev. Okay. And we asked Ukrainian ladies, do you know what a prenup is? What do you think about prenups? It's a 3-part video series. It's on our channel here, so you should go watch it. There is a huge silver lining takeaway. Okay. They don't all think it's so bad. The bottom line is there is a way that you can present it to them and they will actually appreciate it. Go watch the videos. That was my comment, which Conor also deleted.
Offended. Yeah, that's how they say.
At first, she was offended.
Because she feel no trust to her.
Well, again, it's all in the presentation. It's all in your intent and the presentation. She's got to see that you're looking out for her best interest as well. Because remember, divorce rape in Ukraine is alive and well, but it's reverse. The woman gets raped in Ukraine. Okay, guys, we seriously have to go to get ready to interview this amazing new happily married couple, Corey and Amelia. Wish them happiness, guys. Married September 15 in or near Miami. So yeah, again, one last time, Conor, hey, I'm challenging you to a live debate. Let me know where and when. I will be there. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in.
And I'm not for sale.
Yeah, and my wife's not for sale. Not even for $1 billion.
We have a shortage of men. We have a lot of women that we need.
I'd buy you a fur coat and a real fur coat because that would be generous. Okay, guys. Bye for now.